The South African Municipal Workers Union is accusing the South African Local Government Association of spitting in the faces of municipal workers. This comes after SALGA presented a salary and wage proposal of 233 rands increase for the country's municipal workers. SAMWU says the South African Local Government Association is punishing municipal workers for the coronavirus pandemic, a pandemic which is not of their own making. For more on this, I'm joined now by SAMWU's spokesperson, Papiki Mohale. Papiki, good evening and thank you for your time. SALGA offering workers 2.8% salary hike for 2021 salary and wage negotiations. It's the first round of this negotiation. What is your feeling on the attitude of SALGA on this matter?
Well, good evening and good evening to the viewers. Our feeling is that SALGA is not negotiating in good faith. I mean, it's rare for an employer to even open negotiations at this low point, which is why our members have turned to this to be negotiating in bad faith. But not only that, but SALGA is actually spitting in the faces of workers who have carried this country throughout the pandemic and who continue to ensure that there is quality services that are delivered to residents.
Do you expect these negotiations to be difficult? I mean, these are employees who got 6.25% salary increases last year. But of course, we are in an economy battered by COVID-19. What is your expectation?
The conditions, yes, have changed, but the 6.25 that you speak of that workers did receive last year, it was based on a salary and wage agreement that was concluded between the parties in the bargaining council. So it's not like it's something that if workers or rather employers just woke up and decided that they would be getting it. It is workers and the employer who agreed that workers will be getting this 6.25% salary increase. By the way, this was a multi-year agreement which we signed in 2018, which is why for this reason this time around we're actually demanding that our agreement, the agreement that is concluded this time around should be a single agreement. That way we are able to go back to negotiations should there be a need, should any other issue arise.
The association also calling for a total freeze on all benefits linked to salary increases. But what is your response to that?
Indeed, they have said that every benefit that municipal workers receive should be frozen. For us, that doesn't make sense. It just goes to show to us that the employer is not a caring employer. How do you expect workers to continue living with the same salaries that they've been receiving last year, whereas inflation has gone up, food prices have gone up, petrol has gone up, everything has gone up, including medical aids, by the way, they've also gone up, yet they're expected to continue living on the same salary, which is why in our national collective bargaining conference, which we held in March of this year, workers demanded that we should be putting forward a demand of 4,000 rand across the board, a minimum wage of 15,000 rand for in the sector, and also to ensure that the employer contributes 25% towards pension funds for all employees in the sector.
Now, SALGA is calling for you to come to the party on a 3-year salary and wage collective agreement in order to continue, I suppose they're saying, to maintain stability. Are you willing to sit around the table to have that conversation?
We are a mandate-driven organization, and the mandate that we received from our members was that multi-year agreements do not work for us, and as such, we should be seeking a single-year agreement. It is for that reason that we are now in that we have begun a process of ensuring that we consult with our members, we brief them on what SALGA has put on the table. Before we go to the next round of negotiations, which are going to be held from the 9th to the 12th of May, we should have a position. But even the discussions and debates that happened at the bargaining conference, I'm not sure or cannot promise anyone that we will be moving from the position that we are at this point in time. However, we would like to put it out there that we are willing to give these negotiations a fair chance to exhaust all avenues within the negotiations. Until such a time, we are going to be sticking to our demands, though.
Babiki Mohale, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us tonight. That's SAMWU's spokesperson, Babiki Mohale, there, standing their grounds as they head back to the next round of negotiations, asking for a 4,000 rands pay hike, not committing there on the 3-year salary and wage collective agreement at this particular point, saying their members are calling for a year-on-year look at the situation. Well,